I need to be at the hospital with him.
Oh, you're not going anywhere.
Why?
Because we're conducting an investigation.
Was this stabbing truly in self-defense or the result of a toxic relationship where the victim paid the ultimate price?
We have to inform you that Christian did not make it. Okay. Unfortunately, the doctors did what they could.
Christian is dead.
That's the question a Florida jury will have to answer when this OnlyFans model goes on trial years after her arrest. Thanks for joining us on Law & Crime. I'm Elizabeth Millner. Does the name Courtney Clenney sound familiar? She's the OnlyFans model accused of brutally stabbing her boyfriend Christian to death in 2022. Since her arrest, the case has had so many twists, including the arrest of her own parents. Now, while her parents' charges were dropped, it wasn't the same for Courtney, who will now be heading to trial in just about 10 weeks.
Hey,
what's his name?
Daddy will be back.
What's his name?
What is his name? Christian Obumseli.
What's his name?
Christian Obumseli. Christian. Obumseli, please.
Listen, sit down.
Courtney Clenney was hysterical when officers responded to her upscale condo in Miami.
She's their girlfriend, yeah. She's in handcuffs right now.
You're the girlfriend?
That's me. That's me. I'm covered in it. I was holding him the whole time. He was like running blood.
So who did it?
Well, we know who reportedly did it. But how did we get here? Let's go back to 2020, a year the world changed, but also the year Christian Obumseli and Courtney Clenney began dating in Austin, Texas. According to a 2022 report by Rolling Stone, there are sources who spent time with the couple said early into the relationship it was already a tumultuous one. Some of the impacts were from Courtney's alleged struggles with substance abuse, but also that Courtney was the aggressive partner in their relationship. It's been reported that the model would even joke with friends that she was the toxic girlfriend. Some of their fights were even recorded, like this one.
When it is 5 a.m. and
Decide whether or not you're done gaslighting me. Decide whether or not you're done gaslighting me.
I am mad that you told me to come.
Decide right now.
Courtney, that's a threat. I asked you so many times that I don't know, and I apologize. But you hit me.
Shut the up.
Or this one.
I need to leave my phone. I need to go home. I need to talk to him. I need my phone.
Cece,
Don't touch me!
What is going on? Like, what are you gonna get this mad at me when I'm apologizing to you?
No, Christian.
Like, you're thinking I'm doing it on
Drop your attitude. Drop your high pitch.
Okay, I'm not doing it on purpose.
You trust Sahara. You know damn well the right thing to do is to tell me.
Yes, and I am so sorry.
So shut up and let me f***ing slap you, dumb.
Oh, you're not gonna slap me on.
Give me my phone.
You have your phone.
I don't have it anymore. Find it and f***ing charge it.
And maybe the two thought there were brighter days ahead as they packed up and moved from the Lone Star State to the Sunshine State together. Then on a Saturday in April, a front desk attendant called the police. The attendant told police that Courtney and Christian, who had been living in the condo for about 4 months, were causing another disturbance. Courtney claimed that she was breaking up with Christian and he was refusing to leave. The following day, police returned to the same luxury building, only to find a bloody crime scene.
Ladies! Oh, these people are in These people are in the elevator.
Which
they need
elevator?
to open. They need to open.
Go down.
They open on the other side, bro.
Oh my God.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey, Danny, give me.
Stay down, man.
Danny, I need you.
Wait, open.
Jesse.
Keep this open. See if I can get these people.
They won't tell me what
Ranger.
Guys, please tell me what's going on.
Ranger.
Come on, like there's
I want that to you.
Everyone in the unit that's with the victim have been advised. The unit that's with the victim?
I'm covered in his blood because I'm trying to save him.
I understand that.
And if I don't, y'all can't. Then what will I do with my life?
No, these people are stuck in the elevator. You open the other side.
Dime.
Sit down, relax, okay?
Boys, come here. Boys, Jesse, come here. Just baby, sit down. They won't tell me if he's okay.
Listen, we don't know. We need rescues right here. We're trying to get them.
No. Jesse, come here, baby. Jesse, come here. Jesse, come on, baby.
Ranger, come back.
Come here, baby.
Ranger.
Jesse, come here. Hey, baby, it's gonna be okay.
Ranger,
Hey.
come back.
I might have to go to the cops for a couple of days, but I'll be back home, okay? It'll be okay. It'll be okay, baby. I promise I'll be. It'll be okay, baby.
What's his name?
Daddy will be back.
What is
Daddy will
his
be back.
name?
What is his name?
Christian Obumseli.
What's his name?
Christian Obumseli.
Christian.
Obumseli, please.
Listen, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Do me a favor, sit down. Do not
Why are you
move.
yelling at me?
Do not move.
Why are you yelling at me?
Do not move, sit
Okay,
down.
okay, but
We don't know what's going on. We don't know what happened.
I'm terrified
So
for him.
right now, yeah, don't worry. They're helping him. So just sit down. Don't move, okay?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, he's right there. Just
Jesse,
sit
come
down.
here, baby.
Sit
Jesse,
down.
come here.
Relax. Relax.
Jesse, come here. I'm just trying to get my dog. My dog. Can you just bring my dog to me? Hey, baby.
Yeah, leave it. Take the medical box there.
I need you to get out of the way. Okay.
Okay, let's move. Let's move more. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
Where do I go? Where can I go inside?
Sit down. Sit down.
Hey, just no, they won't bite. They won't bite. Just bring him out here. Okay, I'm asking you as a person. Can you please bring my other dog out to me?
Your dog is right there. Forget about the dog now. Don't worry. Forget about the dog.
But I'm covered in blood. It makes me look really
Okay.
bad. I was holding him the whole time.
I
He was,
know.
like,
I know.
squirting
We're
blood.
trying to see what's going on. Calm down. Okay? Calm down.
I want him to be okay, please.
Okay,
Just
calm
let me
down,
know he's
calm down.
okay. Okay, it's okay, baby. Come on. It's all good.
She's their girlfriend. Yeah. She's in handcuffs right now. So.
You're the girlfriend?
That's me. That's me. I'm covered in it. I was holding him the whole time. He was like squirting blood.
So who did it? Can you give us any information?
Absolutely, I can.
I'll get this stretcher ready. Yeah. You know who it was?
I need these dogs out here.
Yeah, I got you. Come on, ma'am.
Go. Right. Come on, Roger. Come on.
Who it was? It was the only
Stay right there. Sit down.
person in our apartment.
Right side.
Okay, let's get it outside so we can get there. Okay, let's move over here so we have more space, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, let's just sit down, relax.
Okay,
They're
that's
gonna take care of him.
Okay,
Your dog is
okay.
right here.
Okay. Hey, boys, just sit down. Sit down.
So what happened?
I don't even. I'm like covered head to toe. I love him like more than like.
Okay. So what happened today that we're here?
So I had broken up with him about a week ago, and then today again, like we just weren't getting along, kind of. But like I said, we're breaking up again.
So you guys trying to get back together?
Yes, absolutely. Because I want to marry him. I love him. I think that he could change. I could change, whatever. And he just, I said, he started doing some. He said he wouldn't do it to me again. I said, you know what? We're over. And I walked away, and he pinned me to the wall.
He pinned you against the wall.
He pinned me
Okay.
to the wall and then pinned me to the ground. It was choking me. And so I got up and I called my mom, and I was talking to her. And then he started charging at me, and I just had it in my hand because I was like trying to like, don't come
What
here.
do you have in your knife?
Because he was
What do you have in your hand? A knife?
Because I was scared.
I'm asking you, what do you have in your hand? A knife? Okay.
And I called my mom. She was on the phone. She can say like what it was. I was scared, and I was just and he started charging me. So I just threw it. I just threw it till I was scared of him, but I just threw it to scare him, and it just I just like I don't know. I feel like it's I was.
So you said he was choking you and then?
Choking me. Got up. I called my mom because I was scared about that. And then we started fighting again, and he came at me, and I just.
Where was the knife?
You're in the kitchen.
In the kitchen. So you
But
went to the
I
kitchen.
just I don't care what happened. Just please tell me like he's gonna.
Listen, right now they're attending him, so.
Okay.
By this point, as you heard from the body cam, Courtney still believed Christian was going to survive his injuries. Courtney claimed that she didn't stab Christian. Instead, she just threw the knife from across the room. But the medical examiner later ruled Christian's death as a homicide because the knife punctured 3 inches into his shoulder in a downward direction. And it seems it's kind of hard to get those injuries if a knife was thrown at you like Courtney claimed she did. It was only when Courtney was officially interrogated did she learn her boyfriend was dead.
So, we have to inform you that Christian did not make it. Okay. Unfortunately, the doctors did what they could. And
Christian is dead.
Yes.
Oh my God. This is not real, right? Okay. No, there's no way. Christian died? Can I please have a hug? Am I allowed to do that in here?
Sure. Yeah. Relax. You'll be fine.
No.
Calm down. Calm down. Take deep breaths. Just take deep breaths. You're gonna be okay?
I need to hug my mom.
I'll talk to your parents and get them over here.
I cannot be left alone in like a room by myself.
You won't be.
After this. No, that's not true. That's not real, right?
It is real.
Christian is dead.
Yes. They're not gonna lie.
I know, I just can't believe it.
I'll talk to your parents. I'll get them. I'm gonna get your parents here ASAP.
We spoke to your parents, and they're trying to do everything possible to get here as soon as possible as well.
To what?
To get your parents, for them to come over here. So they're doing everything possible right now to find a way to get down here.
Take deep breaths.
I've been crying so much,
Don't.
and I just can't even cry right now.
Just take deep breaths. It's a shock. Just relax. Try to relax and.
Okay.
We're gonna get you somebody here. Okay.
Holy
So that was April of 2022. Courtney wouldn't be arrested until 4 months later in August of that same year. She was arrested in Hawaii, of all places, at a rehab facility, and she was extradited back to Florida. According to her arrest warrant, officers cited years of text messages and those video recordings by Christian that allegedly show Courtney was the aggressor, and she was charged with second-degree murder. Now, during a November 2022 hearing, the lead detective testified that Christian at one point thought love was going to kill him.
All right, sir. What was discussed in the February 27th and 28th text message?
So during that time, the victim, he wrote a very large message to the defendant. He pretty much started explaining is love gonna kill him. Through that message, he explained how the defendant has stabbed him several times, hit him with a phone, with other items, calls him the N-word on several occasions, and in regards to hurt him, he says that he has tried his best to work through it, and that after he goes through, after he starts his seeing a counselor, a psychiatrist, that he's gonna leave her. But then he also went into explaining that if she was still willing to work through it, that he would still want to work through it.
Around that time, Christian sent those text messages. This surveillance video was taken from the elevator in their condo. It shows Courtney smashing a screen in the elevator. Christian walks into the elevator and she begins pushing, allegedly slapping and grabbing his hair. Then she punches him and he tries to put his hands out so she'll stop. That's just some of the evidence that prosecutors say they have against the OnlyFans model. Meanwhile, the defense, as they were fighting to have her released on bond, was hoping a pig could help the OnlyFans model. The defense hired an expert knife thrower who launched knives at a pig carcass to show that Courtney did act in self-defense. But prosecutors argue Courtney threw the knife from about 10 feet away, which was further than the knife demonstration at only 6 feet. The push to get Courtney out on bond failed, and she's been behind bars since her arrest. If the pig demonstration wasn't shocking enough, there were more twists in this case. In January of 2024, Courtney's parents were arrested accused of knowingly accessing unauthorized evidence, that evidence being Christian's computer. Courtney's mom, Deborah, and her dad, Kim Clenney, were each charged with one count of unauthorized access of a computer system, or electronic device. But a judge later dropped those charges a few months later, after ruling that prosecutors violated attorney-client privilege. Then there were other twists, like the defense pushing to have the entire Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office removed from her trial. Now, while the lead prosecutor stepped down, as of right now, that's the only switch up on the prosecution side. And finally, after years of the case making its way through the court system, a trial date is officially on the calendar for December 1st of this year. I'm joined now by criminal defense attorney Kesia Early. Kesia, thank you so much for joining me today. Christian Obumseli was stabbed to death back in 2022, but are you surprised the case took this long to get a trial date?
Not at all. You're talking about a second-degree murder, that the possible penalty is life in prison. You have various stages of the discovery phase after the arraignment. So you have to coordinate depositions. You have to investigate as a criminal defense attorney. So to zealously advocate for your client properly, 2 years is not a few years. It's not a long time to bring it to this moment.
Are you surprised that even though it's been a couple of years with the client still in jail, that there wasn't more of a push from the defense to go for a speedy trial route? Why do you think that they weren't pushing more for the case to just go ahead and go to trial, given that Courtney Clenney has been behind bars for this amount of time?
Because you essentially get one bite at the apple, right? I mean, and at any time you can file for demand for speedy. So demand for speedy, even if it's waived in the beginning phases, you can still file that at a later date. So it's not like, that opportunity is lost in the beginning. And again, you want to make sure you do it right. We're talking about a high burden that the prosecution has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, but you're also talking about a severe punishment. That's life in prison. And we're in Florida. So life in prison is life in prison. You leave out, you die. So we're not talking about 25 years, 85% gain time, good credit. We're talking about the rest of your life, and she's fairly young. So I'm pretty sure as a defense attorney, she discussed this with her client. And although she's behind bars, it's best that the defense attorney is adequately prepared to fight for her constitutional rights.
And this case has made a lot of headlines since the initial offense happened back in 2022. But why do you think that people have been so captivated by this case? Is it because she's an OnlyFans model? Do you think anything has to do with maybe race or anything like that? Why do you think this case has captured so many eyes and attention that it has?
I think there's various avenues, right? You're dealing with a beautiful young lady, and she had already captivated her audience prior to this incident. She had over 2.1 million followers on across her social media platforms. So that's number one. And then you're looking at the dynamic of this relationship. I mean, it was very contentious, according to the neighbors, according to some of the family friends and the family, that these two lovebirds, what started off as a beautiful relationship, ultimately spiraled out of control when they were living in Texas and then when they moved to Florida for this quote new beginning. So you have that. And I think also you have this idea of a female in a position of dominance over a man who looks not only healthy, but a former football player, whether it was in school. So you're looking at the dynamics and you're seeing, wait a minute, maybe there is a viable claim for self-defense on one end, but at the same time, is it possible that a man can truly be a victim of domestic violence? And we know statistically, 1 out of 9 men are victims of domestic violence, but less than half even reports it. And why is that? Because as society, we think if you're a man, you're supposed to take it, or, it doesn't seem right that you're coming forward. How can a female of her stature, of her beauty, of her elegance, allegedly commit such a horrendous crime? And again, we know that these are all allegations and the defendant is innocent until proven guilty.
And I think we kind of have an eye into what the defense may be, that being obviously self-defense, what you had just pointed out to. But what other hurdles do you see the defense actually having, especially when prosecutors may show the body camera video, or they may show that elevator surveillance video where Courtney Clenney is kind of smashing the stuff that was in the elevator, or even her interrogation. But what do you think the biggest hurdles of the defense will be if the prosecution plays all those videos for the jury to see?
Well, I'm pretty sure that the defense already knows what the bad facts are. And any good attorney in a defense position always prepare for the bad facts and exposes themselves, especially in the opening statements. So the defense has an uphill battle because you just can't claim self-defense with such an egregious crime. And you're looking at some of what was said and where she stood. So the allegations are, and this is from her own statements, that she was standing approximately 10 feet away from him when she allegedly threw this knife. Now, prior to trial, there were some tests that were performed, some practice throws using a pig, and about 50% of the time, that knife would land on the pig, but the other times it would not. And also, 10 feet away, you have to examine how close was this threat that she claims that she experienced. But also, you have to look at whether or not the jury will believe that he was the initial aggressor versus her being the aggressor. And the elephant in the room, the obvious, would be that elevator surveillance footage that shows that she's not only attacking him, but he's not even defending himself. He's kind of like trying to soften the blows and get away from her.
No, it doesn't look very good for her at all. And, you know, stabbing is such a personal crime. And it doesn't seem like this is a case necessarily of who done it, or that there was somebody else who was holding the knife or anything like that. But in terms of just the other side, do you think that the prosecution has any type of hurdles that they have going against them as they're heading to trial?
Of course, they have a great burden to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that a crime was committed, although we know that crime was committed, and they have to overcome that justification of whether or not this was self-defense, because the jury, in essence, will kind of take it from the defense perspective and not only look at the evidence from her perspective, but the defense will also try to show that, you know what, maybe things are not what they always seem to be. She had no other outlet. So the state has to prove not only beyond a reasonable doubt, but they have to overcome that justification of self-defense. And was this truly self-defense, or was this just an aggression that went way too far?
Yeah, and how much of an importance will it be for the prosecution when it comes to just the noise complaints and what the neighbors have said about just hearing aggressive, loud voices? Because when we go back to that surveillance video in the elevator, to your point, Casey, you know, Christian was trying to defend himself as best he could, given, you know, that a woman was coming after him, all of that stuff. I would assume he was trying to be as respectful as he can, but it really kind of gave us an eye-opening into what their relationship looks like behind the scenes, I should say. It wasn't what we were seeing on social media, all lovey-dovey, but it really just seemed like this is just another day in the life of their relationship until what had happened later had happened.
Absolutely. This is a tale of two different worlds, right? It's what she portrayed on social media, this perfect couple, versus what actually happened in real life. And what's also going to come in is that 911 call, because that overcomes the hearsay exception, because this is a present sense response to what allegedly occurred. And the defense already knows that this 911 call is coming through. So whether or not she testifies, I'm pretty sure she's going to be prepped if she does take the stand, and she would have to explain each and everything that she said. And if it deviates from what the evidence shows, forensics, the investigation, and how the evidence was collected, if there's a complete difference, she will lose credibility with the jury. And if she loses credibility with the jury, she loses that whole argument that this was self-defense as opposed to a potential cover-up. So it really is going to boil down not only to that video, but to that first initial 911 call and what was said.
Right, and also the fact that she had allegedly even called her mom before calling 911. You have that aspect too. And Casey, do you see, because the defense is kind of leaning towards the self-defense that there's a huge possibility that Courtney Clenney could take the stand? Do you see that at all happening? I mean, never say never, but do you think that it would be wise for her to get on the stand?
Of course, there's no way, at least I don't see how you can claim self-defense unless there is another witness that will testify to everything that you're going to testify to that just happened to be there. And I'm talking about an eyewitness. There's no way you can justify your actions without telling the jury your side. So I can tell you right now, she absolutely has to take the stand, but she must be prepped. And I'm pretty sure her attorneys know that they have to prep her on the bad facts for cross-examination. So I do believe she will take the stand.
It'll be an interesting sight to see if that were to happen. And you know, my heart always goes out to the victim's family in this case, especially because they've now gone years without justice. The case has been delayed. Now we actually have a trial date. But what do you think that the victim's family is feeling throughout all of this, throughout all of these different procedures, and then having to go to trial later on this year?
An array of emotions. And I always say that even if there is a conviction, there's never closure because no one truly wins. The family of the defendant, if she's acquitted of the charges, there's still that negativity that's surrounding that she possibly got away with murder. But then the victims, even if she is convicted before a jury of her peers, it doesn't bring him back, right? And then, of course, they have to sit through the entire trial and maybe look at autopsy photos or difficult videos of their past relationship, especially that elevator surveillance footage. So it's going to be difficult. And oftentimes the victims' families are often forgotten because we focus on the defendant. And it's just going to be difficult. But I think what will be a light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, if she is convicted, they have what's called the victim impact statement, where they can address the defendant after being convicted and kind of release what they've been holding out, because this is their only time to kind of have a voice in the court of law. So it's a difficult road, and sometimes that door and closure is never closed.
And there's also still that possibility that the case could go all the way up to jury selection, and then Courtney Clenney could possibly decide down the line, hey, maybe I would rather have a deal, maybe I'd rather have a plea agreement. Do you think that all could possibly happen in this case? Because you never really know sometimes with trials.
Of course. I mean, at any time, it's up to the prosecutor. We don't know whether or not a deal was offered, right? And sometimes the closer you get to the jury trial, you realize, wait a minute, life is truly life. And if I'm convicted of second-degree murder, I may not get out. So maybe I can take 25 years, 30 years, or 40 years. She's very young. So we never know if there was a deadline on that plea offer. Sometimes there is a deadline. So you can't wait till the day of trial because all of this preparation, the subpoenas have been sent out. But there's times that defendants really realize that, you know what, I may not win this. I know I'm innocent, but I don't want to risk being prosecuted because we also know that innocent people are convicted and their convictions are overturned years later. So there's a lot for her to think about. So I'm pretty sure she's thinking about that and going over that with her attorneys.
Oh, absolutely, especially with just months away until that trial is set to begin. Casey Early, I want to thank you so much for your time and your insight into this case. Before we sign you off, though, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just, we're glad that the justice system, although it moves slowly, we have one, right? Because without the justice system, without you all serving your civic duty and answering that call of duty, we wouldn't have trials to even be scheduled. So we thank you for your service and continue to serve.
Wise words. Again, Casey Early, thank you so much for your time and your insight into this case. I always appreciate having you on.
Thanks for having me.
If Courtney Clenney is convicted on second-degree murder, she could face up to life in prison. Her trial is set to begin on December 1st, and of course, we plan to live stream the trial right here on Law and Crime. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Elizabeth Millner.